February 2011, Amarillo, Texas, a place some people once referred to as BombCity. We're here at the Civic Center on the first stop of the Ink Life Tour. It's the first time anything like this has come to West Texas, and as a fan of body art, I had to take advantage. And as a journalist, I thought I should document the experience. So when I asked which artist would be best for this, of course the first name they brought to mind was Halo. And I met with Halo and I told him I want a tribute drawn on my arm to BombCity. Well, we sat down and over the 2 hours we had a conversation, and here are some of the highlights. So when did you discover you could first draw, and how did you get into doing this?
Well, I couldn't draw really well before I started tattooing at all. Tattooing is actually the thing that really got me started drawing. I was a comic book kid, and my mother ended up throwing away all my comic books when I was young. I was like, oh yeah, whatever, screw it, I'm just going to draw my own. And that's when I really started doodling. Nothing intense though. I had always thought the tattoos were, I don't know, kind of mediocre. The only tattoos I'd ever seen were some from my friends, and I never really thought much of them. I was like, you know, tattoo, looks like crap, you know. And I seen a piece actually, to name drop, Nick Baxter did a piece on a guy at this concert. I was completely blown away, and I was like, you know what, that's exactly what I want to do. But when I first started, I sucked horribly. Couldn't draw a straight line, nothing. I got fired from my apprenticeship twice.
Wow.
And I just kept coming back for more, man. I wanted to do it really, really bad, man, and nothing was going to stop me. If it wasn't for tattooing, I don't think I ever would have been anywhere. I mean, I've worked like a forklift, and I built decks, and, you know, sheetrock, and Starbucks. How many of those things actually really, I'm sure there's people who it connects with real well, but not me, man, not me at all. Some of the things they have at tattoo conventions are just uncalled for, man, really uncalled for.
Kick your ass and drink all your beer with them.
The real reason you would go to a convention, or the real reason I would go to a convention, is the exposure. You know, traveling is great, but it's the exposure. You want to be around people that are better than you. I come here to get inspired. You know, I come here to have a different change of pace, and to see people's art that I don't see every day. I work around the same people every day, and, you know, and everyone I work at, thankfully in my shop is incredible. Half of those things I don't necessarily feel like I deserve. I still have a long way to go before I'm really happy. I think when I start being happy and bragging is when I can look at my stuff and be like, yeah, I kicked ass. And I'm scared to get to that point because I feel like if I do, things are gonna pass me by. When I look at my work, I always find everything wrong in it so I don't make the mistake again. I feel like if I got too comfortable and too happy, I would miss those things that I'm very anal about trying to find, and I think that would stop me growing as an artist. So yeah, I've done a lot of magazines and press, and, you know, won a bunch of awards, but I don't know. It's a little surreal for me to honestly be like, you know, oh yeah. I mean, they're helpful. You know, I use them for press. Those are things I think that other people give a crap about, or a person that you're tattooing wants to know that they're getting tattooed by an award-winning artist. That's a marketing tool more than anything. As far as like a feeling of self-worth because of it, nah, man, not at all. That's something other people care about, not necessarily me. The awards don't mean nothing. They're, I mean, I can go make an award for $15 at a trophy store, you know, if I really needed to feel like I was the shit because of a plaque, you know. So I guess you can say a lot of my very first tattoos weren't really tattoos. They were practice for scratchers. My very first tattoo was done by Salt Rocket, that Hell City show I was telling you about.
Okay.
And that was the Sacred Heart on my chest. And he was like, man, we could do it like this, we could do it like that. And he drew on my chest probably 8 or 9 different designs, wipe one off, or we can do it like this or like this, and put a wing. And you know, I was so amazed because I've always, earlier in my tattooing career, I had always needed, you know, to look on Google, or I needed a book, or I needed Flash, and he was the first person I'd ever seen that, he's the first person I ever seen that actually drew right away on skin. And he's the one who inspired me actually to draw on skin. I had never seen anyone draw on skin. I pretty much walked around the convention and talked to the first guy who would talk to me.
Okay.